At LandGate, we offer a free property report to provide landowners information about their own property or a potential property they would like to purchase. Our property report contains four main sections: value index scores, risk index scores, parcel data, and property features. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can receive your own property report and then how to analyze the information provided to understand the hidden potential your property contains. First, you will need to click on the Go to App button at the top of the screen. You will be redirected to our marketplace, and this is where you will locate the property you want to receive information on. If you are new to our site, you will be asked to register when completing this property report. Make sure you click on the Property Reports button to get started. There are a few ways you can search for a property. You can utilize the search bar on the top right and search for an address, a parcel number, owner name, or a lat-long coordinate. Once you've located the property, make sure you click it and go through the next couple of steps. Like I mentioned before, if you are new, you will have to register in order to complete the property report. If you are already registered, make sure you sign in. And after your report generates, you'll be able to view the four main sections I mentioned before. I'll walk you through all four sections so you can better understand the data. Understanding the value index scores can provide you with in-depth information about property you may not have considered before. When you look and scroll through the different value index scores, you'll notice that some scores are blue while some are white. All of the blue index scores are able to be clicked into and view more information relevant to the score the property received. If you have any scores that show up in a blue circle, that means the index score has potential to benefit that property in the form of a lease. For this video, I'll first go into the land index score. Once you click into this section, you will see the map populate with a data layer of different land categories that are present. You can view the legend on the side that explains how many acres of that land category is on the property and the estimated value of that land usage. LandGate's algorithm takes into account many different data sets to determine what proportions of each parcel are associated with certain types of land use. Since different types of land use creates different values, each parcel has a custom and proprietary value generated on its own specific attributes. LandGate data scientists have conditioned the data to assign values specific to each local area as well. For instance, pasture land in an arid and dry location would likely receive a lower relative value versus pasture land in a traditionally forested or very wet location, where a higher relative value would be warranted. For all of our land professionals out there, you can see we have an Edit Values button next to the total estimated value of the land usage. We know that these values are strongly dependent on location, time of year, market of that area, and other factors that we have included this button for you to use your knowledge of the land and make changes before sharing with your client. If you are looking for more land-specific information, click on the next section, Other Land Data, to view items like cropland irrigation percent, annual precipitation, average high and low temps, and more. I'm going to head back out to our value index scores and click on solar energy. Our renewable energy data is something that makes LandGate a really unique marketplace and data analytics platform for property. We provide potential value estimates for renewable energy development that take into account different criteria that developers use when assessing a potential build site. LandGate's Solar Value Index is calculated using a robust methodology that considers various factors for each land parcel: data on topography, solar irradiance, land use, zoning regulations, proximity to electrical infrastructure, and environmental conditions is collected and normalized to ensure consistency. Factors are weighted based on their significance in determining a parcel's suitability for solar energy projects. The index is updated regularly to reflect the changing market conditions and new data inputs, providing landowners with up-to-date and reliable information. Let me show you. In the Electrical Infrastructure tab, we provide information about the nearest substation, transmission line, and solar farm to share why the property received the score that it did. Typically, a solar developer is looking for sites with electrical infrastructure less than 2 miles away from the property. So if your property report shows the closest structure is above 10 miles away, you probably received a very low index score. When you click on the next section, labeled Buildable Acreage, you'll be able to view the amount of acreage available for development and the amount of acreage in an exclusion zone. We also provide you with a legend here to help you identify the different zones on the property. The next section is solar irradiance. Solar irradiance is the power per unit area received from the sun in the form of electromagnetic radiation. We provide both 2D solar irradiance and 3D solar irradiance. The last section is the solar farm section, which populates a heat map for estimated solar lease payment amount. We have included an estimated number of solar panels that could be built on the property, the max capacity, and the max annual input. Now, let's get into the risk index scores. Here you will see different risks that many property owners and investors might not have considered before when assessing a property. Information like oil and gas contamination, industrial contamination, cost of electricity, and natural disasters. We are in the works of providing breakdown insights similar to the value index scores. A significant amount of contamination sites exist across the United States, and most of them are not known by nearby property owners. LandGate's Industrial Contamination Risk Index determines the relative risk posed by these contamination sites for each individual parcel. Multiple types of contamination sites are taken into consideration to determine an individual parcel score. The proximity of the parcel and the nature of the contamination site are all taken into account, which assist with real estate due diligence in a way that previously required customized environmental consulting. If you become a LandApp subscriber, you will gain access to data layers. In data layers, we have a contamination layer that provides the location of Superfund sites, contaminant sites, and abandoned wells. And when you hover over those icons, you can view the type of contaminant, the total amount released, and with the Superfund site, we provide a risk score. All of this information is provided to you when you export your property report, if there are sites nearby. In the parcel data section, you can view site details like parcel APN, zoning code, ownership information, transaction data, if present, and structure summary, if a structure is present. The last section is property features, which contains amenities, tree data, and soil data. Here you can view the breakdown of acreage and topography, similar to the buildable acreage we viewed in the solar section. In the amenities section, you can view the number of different amenities like hotels, hospitals, schools, and more. We've included a legend so you can easily identify the different amenities nearby. In the tree section, you'll be able to view the tree types present on the property. In the soil section, you will be able to see the map populate with a soil data layer that explains the different soil types present. We've included the soil quality class, how many acres the soil takes up, the soil description, and the prime farmland designation. For our new and returning registered users, you are able to receive one free property report per day with some limitations placed on the report. If you'd like to receive more information and have access to the data across the United States, I'd like to briefly plug our LandApp subscription. LandApp allows subscribers to access unlimited property reports and the ability to zoom in and out of the map while in the property report, something that you're limited on if you're only registered. You can view the data layers I had mentioned before. Also, the tools My Maps, Parcel Search, and Parcel Data all become accessible as well. For just $10 a month, you can gain access to data and analytics that no other tool can provide. Save time and evaluate property faster with LandApp.